it's Udaya from Backyard Garden Highlights. Hope you guys are doing great today. Today I'm planning to plant all the 3 plants that I have purchased from Heirloom. So I want to show you guys what are those plants if you didn't watch my previous video. The first one is Twilight Zone, and then Love and Peace, and then Heirloom Rose. All the 3 plants are my favorite. I did a lot of research and I watched them overgrowing in the nearby rose garden, so I was so impressed about these plants, so I'm planning to plant that. So before planting them, I want to show you how the rose garden so far looks in this raised bed. So let me show you a quick peek on that. So all the petunias are really doing great, and you can see some gap there. Rabbit ate all of them and then we fenced, and now I think they are okay. And the Coco Loco is doing really great. You can see how greatly this plant has put up a growth just in few months, and this entire branch just popped up in the last few weeks, and you can see it is loaded with ton of buds. And I'm so happy that I made a great choice buying this Coco Loco from heirloomroses.com. And then the salvia is really doing great, and this has been blooming I think since May without any gaps, so that's really wonderful. And you can see this is my distant drums rose that I again planted this year from Heirloom Roses. You can see they are continual blooming plants, so continual blooming, they take at least a week time between each flush. So now you can see all the new leaves are growing, and then you will have a full great display of full of blooms in the upcoming week. So this is really amazing. Coat rose, oh my goodness. Alright guys, so the plan is to have all the 3 plants planted within this raised bed, which is kind of looking congested. I'm hoping there will not be any problem planting them very close. I'm hoping that the location I choose to plant them gives a really good home to start with. So that's where I'm planning to plant the Twilight Zone, because that will grow in a low lying structure. So I'm hoping that it will be layered approach by planting the Twilight Zone. And in the backdrop I'm planning to plant the Love and Peace, because Love and Peace seems to be a big shrub like this. So I'm hoping to have a good show covering that wood piles there. And I don't have a space more than 2 roses, but I'm going to squeeze the heirloom here. Hopefully next year I'll add some more soil here so they don't fall back, but right now I think they have a good spot to start with. But next year I think I have to expand this raised bed at least couple of inches so they have more room to grow their roots in the side. Alright, so I have all the things I need for my project as usual. You can see my gloves and Espama starter fertilizer, and my dad already helped digging all the trenches, so my job is just go and fit them and cover them with soil. So he made my life easier. So definitely this year he is my garden angel, and I'm really enjoying my time with my dad here. And forgot to talk about Moonlight in Paris. This is the $10 plant I purchased from Walmart. As you can see, my other plants that I purchased, the climbers, especially Dawn Horn and I think Garden Shower, they are really doing great. But you can see the Moonlight in Paris, they are completely suffering from the disease like black spots, and they are not really able to look really at a great health at any point of time, whatever care I'm giving to this plant. So the new leaves start with but I think the sooner they become mature, they get infected with the black spots. I'm trying all the things that I can do, but they are really surviving but not really great. So I think that's the one reason always going to the own root rose plants gives a healthy plant to start with, so you don't have to deal with the plants that struggles. But I think I'm okay because I know that $10 plant will have some problems that we have to deal with, and I think this plant still survives, and I'm hoping that this may do better next year once established. So the first plant that I'm going to plant is Twilight Zone, a beautiful purple color. It's been maybe less than a week time since I bought this plant, but when I bought this, the leaves were just starting, but now I can see they're opened up their leaves and ready to transplant. So this is the trench, and you can see this is the tree stump that we cleared up. When we dug up, we still saw some roots were there. Hopefully we have enough room for this Twilight. So let's go ahead and see how I am transplanting it. Alright, so first step to transplant a rose plant is find a nice sunny location, because most of the rose plants thrive and reward you with beautiful blooms in full sun. But if you are left with part shade, check the plant profile, because some roses still do good with partial shade, so you should be okay. So choose the plant according to your location where you want to plant. And the next step is make a good trench. The recommendation is at least you need to make a trench that will fit at least 2 eggs of this pot. So my dad has, I think, maybe 4 eggs, which means the plant gets enough room for them to establish roots in when they are young. And I think definitely plant will find a way to go above and beyond in terms of any soil condition. But facilitating those loose soil helps them establish nicely in the first year or so. So I think you will get nice blooms and healthy plant before you hit the winter season. Third step is starter fertilizer. I can't stress enough how great this is. The plants are doing really amazing. So even not just for rose garden, any gardening, make sure you have a starter fertilizer from Espama. It's an organic fertilizer that will enable and strengthen the root growth. So I'm going to apply that. After applying the Espama starter fertilizer, mix it with soil and then see plant is at the soil level. I think my dad has dug more than the plant size. I have got my kitchen scrap compost. It was like loaded with hundreds of earthworms. So having such kind of organic material really helps your plant establish very nicely and healthy and do really better than the plant that does not have access to these kind of organic matters. So, and you can see some onion or something did not get compost. Okay, it's I think the avocado pit. So I'm going to throw that. Next step is make sure the pot is fully watered. We had again a lot of good rain yesterday night, so it's heavy, and so just squeeze all the 4 sides. So I'm just going to hold like this and turn them upside down. And you can see the roots are healthy. And see if you want to little bit open them up like this, so they don't get into the root bound situation. And then place them, and when you place them, make sure the plant has been placed in a direction that looks really nice for your garden view. This is the crown and or the bud union, so it needs to be at the ground level, so make sure you are setting up that way. And after that, I am still going to apply little more Espama starter fertilizer, and then I'm going to cover them with soil. Once you cover them with soil, gently tap on them so there are no air pockets. We just took the mulch that we had earlier, so I'm just going to spread them around. The next plant that we are going to plant is the Lavan peas. It's a really big shrub, and it's going to really do great in the garden because the bloom size is huge. I'm really excited to plant this. So this is how the plant looks. So this one is actually something, it just started when it was delivered, but I see some kind of a brown colored thing which I'm little bit worried, but I'm hoping it should be okay. But otherwise you can see the plant is delivered with hard stem. Hoping that this is a strong plant. So this is how it looks. You can see this one is a new growth, just started sprouting, and this one is another new growth, it just started sprouting. So the plant is really looking good, and I can already see, I don't know if you see, I think buds are forming here. So I'm pretty excited to plant this today. So the usual process, so just squeeze them around 3 sides and then gently put your fingers in between so you can hold the plant and new growth. Make sure you are not breaking them apart. So that's the only thing. And before doing so, just remove any extra plant support that you would have received. And when you just put them upside down, you can see a lot of roots. Scrub them so they don't go in a root burn situation. It looks like they are healthy. So the usual process, I'm going to apply bioton starter fertilizer and mix them with soil. And I do have compost. You can see it's really a black gold. You can see all the organic matter. It's good to apply them fully compost, but it's only the eggshells that are not compost and they are tiny now. So that should be okay. Then apply some more soil and mix them with the compost and see if the plant is at the soil level. So basically the crown should be at the soil level or the ground level, and now they are at the soil level, so I'm filling it with soil. Alright guys, the planting is done. Now I'm just spreading the mulch that I have removed from the soil and gently tap on them so they are firm and stay put. Alright, so this is the heirloom variety, actually from heirloom roses. So first thing, apply the starter fertilizer, and second step, squeeze the planter so you can get the plant without bothering the roots. And this heirloom rose came with a beautiful strong cane and very matured one. So I'm just going to hold my finger inside like this and put it upside down. Okay, the last step is water, so let me do that.